you watched Lonzo play last year, you heard all the criticism just of his shot and whatnot, and also it was his first year getting used to it. What are realistic expectations now as he enters the second year?
I wish we could look at Lonzo without the outside distraction of his father. And you look at the numbers Lonzo put up last year. He was around 10, 7, and 7.
Yep.
A very solid year. He played 52 games, so I think when we look into this season, and obviously with the torn meniscus at this point, just him being healthy, #1 priority. I love the way Lonzo plays. Does he need to improve his shot? Absolutely.
Yes.
But what Luke Walton said is 100% true. He's unselfish. He moves the ball. He, to me, thrives under pressure. He plays much better with the talent around him because he understands where to get the ball, who to get the ball to. I think this addition of Rajon Rondo is going to be excellent for him. One, because of the mind and the willingness that I believe Rondo will have to help him. If you remember 2 seasons back when Rajon Rondo was with the Chicago Bulls,
yes,
those young guys loved him because he was able to mentor them. And there was a lot of noise coming out of Chicago, and obviously it was a turbulent season.
They had some tough moments in there.
The veterans didn't like him as much as the young players
as much as the rookies, because he took the rookies under his wing. He was able to help them along, and he had an excellent postseason until he hurt his hand. I mean, the Bulls really turned the corner because of him, but I believe that the competition will help get Lonzo better. I believe the film study, how diligent Rondo is in what he looks at and tendencies of the other teams, how to help him scout, how to understand what to look at. In whole, I think this will be an excellent thing for Lonzo Ball, and I believe that Lonzo is a player who will embrace that and embrace this challenge.
Yeah, Rondo's got a couple things on his resume that people might not like. They might not like the Carlisle thing, him getting the backcourt violation, not calling the play for the coach. But to me, he's been involved in positive things. Look at the big 3 in Boston when he was there. As the young guy, man, they relied on him to bring those guys together because there were some personalities. Ray Allen, KG, and Paul Pierce, they were not thinking of the same. All 3 of them were individual stars in their own right. Ray got traded there. He was a star. Paul Pierce, that was his team that he had to kind of relinquish some of that control to KG with his big personality. But Rondo, man, Rondo, when people talk about it, even when you look at the potential beef between Ray Allen and the rest of them, man, they called on Rondo a lot to bring them together.
And by the end of that era, Rondo was their best player.
Yep.
By the end of it, Rondo was the best guy.
And I think that people forget what pro sports is about, and pro sports is about competition. The Lakers need a good backup point guard. Lonzo also needs to be pushed physically and mentally. That's why you bring Rondo there. I don't see any negatives out of him being there. You should have someone as the backup who can be a starter. You know why? Because it's a real threat to the player. Compared to bringing in a guy who's a career backup, Lonzo's not going to be, okay, listen, y'all can tell me what you want to. I'm getting ready to start because that guy, I'm way better than him. He's never been a starter. You can't say that with Rondo. So I believe it's a great addition to Lonzo in his repertoire, what he's going to be able to do by adding someone like Rondo who can get in his head and explain a lot of the things about basketball from a point guard's perspective.
And you particularly need a very competent backup when the guy in front of him missed 30 games last year.
Yes.
And so but let's just assume health, because let's wish for health for the whole league. You now have 48 minutes of the Rockets talked last year. We're going to have 48 minutes of A-plus point guard play. The Lakers now have 48 minutes of what I would imagine will be good to very good point guard play. Like not what the Rockets have. But Jenna raised an interesting question in the morning meeting because she said the Western Conference, how does this point guard situation stack up to the point guards out west? So I kind of, listen, Rockets, Golden State, Portland, OKC. Those are the 4 best.
Yep.
But after that, so like what's New Orleans' situation? Drew Holiday's great, but he's really a shooting guard. Yep. Like, he was at his best, and they just lost Rondo. Denver, I like Jamal Murray. Don't necessarily love their depth. And then Utah's Rubio. The Spurs, Parker's gone. It's DeJounte Murray. Minnesota, Jeff Teague. Like, could you make the argument the Lakers go into this year with Lonzo as is, with Rondo as is, with the 5th best point guard situation out west? Like, I think you probably could. So it's not... We focus on the shooting, and the shooting has to get better. Like, people say, well, Jason Kidd's shooting can get better till much later in his career. Jason Kidd was a sturdier player, was bigger to a degree, and a generational talent. Lonzo is
he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Like we throw those around like they're just Krispy Kreme donuts. Everybody's one of those. Like Jason Kidd was a phenomenal athlete, which ended up being a phenomenal basketball player.
Kidd was the best player on back-to-back finalists. And then was in year like close to 20 or year 15 was the point guard and NBA champion. So he doesn't have to quite be Jason Kidd in order to be very successful.
I want to see Lonzo finish better at the basket and at the rim because he does not shoot as well from the perimeter. That he needs to improve. But also I think that will come with time, with strength. And to me, that's one of the aspects. If he has the ability to be a threat getting to the rim consistently, that will help him playing alongside LeBron James. I mean, we know that LeBron is going to have the ball in his hands quite a bit as well, so he needs to continue to be able to understand how to play off the ball when needed.
Yeah, let's look at 3 things since his rookie year ended. Now, no rookie is under any scrutiny. We haven't had any rookie in the topic bar, have we? Any other rookie we're talking about?
No.
No. So, for me, Lonzo, he handled the pressure. But let's just look since the offseason. We know he had surgery on his meniscus and everything, and I believe that to be he will be healthy. But off-season meeting with Magic Johnson, watching film, added LeBron James, and then now a backup point guard, potential sub-starter in Rondo. I believe the Lakers organization really helped him.
Talk to me a little bit about pace. Last year, the Lakers were such a fast team. LeBron wasn't used to that.
That's a key thing. And when we evaluate Lonzo, and I'll be quick here, we need to not just do the counting stats. Because he was 10-7-7 last year. They were the fastest pace in basketball. What's that mean?
Yeah, and I immediately was like, okay, let's do this now. They're going to be, okay, it's his second year. He should probably be anywhere 14 to 16 points a game.
But they're not going to have as many scoring opportunities. They're going to, not only has LeBron never been on the fastest team in the league, he's never been on a team that was top 10 in pace. He doesn't play fast. So his counting stats won't take the jump you might expect. So watch his percentages, whether it's field goal percentage or even assist and rebound rate. Now, speaking of percentages, last point I'll make, whether it's Rondo or Lonzo, they might be the 5th best point guard situation in the West. They are the single worst point guard free throw situation in the NBA. Both these guys are career sub 60% free throw shooters. That's one thing you got to watch. Late in games, you typically inbound it to your point guard. Neither one of these guys has shown the ability to hit those. That's one small thing to watch for both of them.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.